But the thing I tell a lot of creators that are breaking in, that are trying to hit me up and say, hey, I've never written a comic book before. And the analogy, I want you to publish me, right? And so the analogy is like, and forgive, this is an inelegant analogy, so just roll with me, but I think you'll get the idea. It's like you buy a ticket to an NBA game, you go to the bleachers and you sit in the bleachers, and at halftime you go down to the coach and you say, put me in, I want to play basketball, right? It's like my team has Kieran Gillen, James Tynan, Al Ewing, Tom Taylor. I mean, these guys are just absolute monsters, right?
Yeah.
Forget Keanu Reeves. We got Matt Kent, right?
Yep.
And it's like, and we don't have infinite bandwidth, because publishing a comic book is expensive. You have to pay people to write it. You have to pay people to draw it. You have to pay people to print it. You have to do marketing costs. And so it's very hard to, like, if you're Keanu Reeves, your first comic book might be at Boom, right? But he's had a 30-year career to establish who he is. And so
people might just buy it for Keanu.
Some people might. Yes, it's true. And so it's very hard to break in there. And so I think that the thing that we're looking for is we're looking out into what's being published in the space. Like, this is a good segue to talk about Jed MacKay, because Jed is the writer on the Magic comic that comes out tomorrow, the Magic the Gathering comic. And I had been reading his Black Cat, and I had been saying to other folks, like editorially, I'm like, this Jed guy's really, really good. I was giving Black Cat to our editor-in-chief, and I was like, we really need to be looking at him. He's super talented. And, from a breaking in perspective, it's hard to be having to compete for slots with Marvel and DC writers. And so the advice that I give to people that want to break into comics, to me, the pathway to break into comics is very clear. And this is what I would do. And your mileage may vary, and people can criticize this approach. Okay, I'm just a guy. Okay. But if I wanted to write comics today, what I would do is I'd find a Reddit. There's a million of them. There's got to be one. And it would be, I'd find an artist and I'd pitch him my idea, and I'd make it a 20-page story, because 20 pages it's a typical comic book length. Okay. But it's not this infinite. Everybody wants to do, the first sign of a rookie is they're like, I have a science fiction epic and it's 12 issues long. It's like, you'll understand how much work 12 issues is. It's an insane amount of work. Yeah. Like, start small. Okay. 20 pages. Your artist is a Starbucks barista, probably, right? They have a day job. Okay. So they're going to have to put the pages in at night. So they're not going to be able to do a page a day. So maybe they do a page or two a week, right? 20 pages, 6 months worth of work. Okay. Yeah. Then kickstart it. And when you kickstart it, you need to kickstart it for the least amount of money, right? This is you are not trying to make money. What you're trying to do,
basically,
cover the costs.
I might even be like, cover half my costs, because what I want to do is I want to have a thing. Don't set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up to win, right? When you go to the weight room, you don't go on the first day and go, I'm going to go lift 300 pounds. You're like, well, let's start small, right? And let's just wake up sore tomorrow, right? And then we'll worry about, changing the world later. And so I would kickstart, 20 pages. The process of working with an artist is hard. The process of getting a letterer, the process of coloring, the process of printing it, go through that process, do that. Okay, fulfill it to your backers. That's hard. Okay, get it digitally to the people that said yes. That's hard, right? Handle all the customer service problems. That's hard. Okay, then go do it again, right? And then go do it again. Okay, well, you just did 60 pages of comics. Okay, you get better at it. Okay, you figure it out, and now you have a body of work. And I've seen writers do this, where I'll tell you a secret. All right, so here you go. Sparks Comics exclusive. Here's a secret. Okay. So I've seen a writer who kickstarted their own 20-page story doing exactly what I'm laying out. Okay. At the end of a boom panel that I was not on, I was not participating. Okay. My editor-in-chief got up, started to walk out of the panel, and the writer said, "Hey, I don't want to bug you, okay, but I did this comic. It's self-contained, and I'd just like to give you a copy."
Nice.
Okay, so there's your Kickstarter comic. You hand it to the editor-in-chief. You know what he did? He went to the airport, and on the way to the airport, he went through this huge pile of crap that people give him. Okay, and here's the 20-page story. Right? You can read that quickly.
Yeah.
And he read it, and it was good, and he took it and he put it on my desk, and we hired that guy.
Nice.
So that's how you break in.
Are you able to say who that guy was?
Nope.
Okay. That's all right. It'd be, I guess that's their story to tell then, right?
Well, but it's immaterial, right?
Yeah.
It's I'm telling you, not only is it a theoretical strategy that I would deploy, strategically,
It
right?
worked.
But someone actually did it, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so,
Nice.
and I'll tell you, you look at there's a bunch of somebody. It's a great person to follow that's writing a Power Rangers book for us is Frank Golgo, who a creator of Dead End Kids, and he's on Twitter all the time telling people how to break in.
Yeah.
There. If you pay attention, and if you look, and if you are sincere, and you are scholarly, and you do your research, all the resources you need are there. Don't wait for anybody's permission to do anything. Go do it.